I find that enjoying a pipe in the afternoon or the evening just surely
Hmm.
lightens the mood.
Indeed. Like
A pipe in the morning can be very nice, but
then once you like get off the drag, you just it kind of feels like a little bit sluggish afterwards, and you have to re-up on the pipage.
if you in the morning,
Yeah, if I do it in the morning, um, I don't know. And again, I don't necessarily know what my neighbor gave me. It's just pure homegrown. I have no clue what kind it is.
I know the feeling.
So so yeah, and again, I'm still kind of questionable about the science of like indica sativa hybrid and all that stuff.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that's just something people like to talk about.
Yeah, there's nothing. It feels like there's nothing like precise or consistent.
They say that indica makes you become sleepy on the couch.
Indica in the couch. Yep.
I don't know. I can never tell. Supposedly, this is an indica hybrid that I'm smoking.
Weed is weed, man.
I find that to be the case. I said that to somebody this week, the person who sold me this weed. He brought the wrong thing out. I asked for something that was more expensive, but they were both 14 grams. And so I said, well, how much is that? And he said, $30. And I said, okay, I'll take it. And he kind of, I don't know, I said something about the sale, and I said, yeah, whatever I asked for was the thing on sale. And he was like, oh, no, and I had to be like, he tried to be like, oh, no, because we had already exchanged cash. And he started being like, oh, no, if you wanted the other thing, I'm going to go and fix it. And I was like, dude, I want a half ounce of weed. That's
and
that's
that
all. And I have
requirement
it,
met.
and I have it, and I'm leaving. Thank you. Weed is, yeah. As far and I really, as far as I give a shit, weed is weed. Yeah, but yeah, I find that if I smoke it in the morning, it destroys the whole day. Like that's it for me.
Yeah,
Like if I, yeah.
you end up like zooted out of your mind for like most of the morning. You feel like you're going to get some stuff done, and nothing gets done.
No, I don't feel that way.
Oh, that's me.
When I like if it, and it's like this is what I do on every Sunday morning. I wake up and I smoke weed knowing that I will do nothing, but that it will be impossible. That like I will somehow be extra zooted until about 1 or 2, and then I will have to take a nap, and then I will wake up and be unable to do anything with whatever remains of the day, other than perhaps play Resident Evil.
Oh, did you get Requiem?
No, not yet, but I would like to. But I've been playing 7 Biohazard.
I have not played that yet. That's the one with the creepy family in New Orleans or
It's
Baton Rouge, I should say.
incredible. It's somewhere. I think it's an imaginary town, but somewhere down there. Yeah, you know why it's called Biohazard? This might be of interest.
I you know I thought it was mostly that kind of coincide with the Roman numeral stuff, but I honestly don't know if there was like a
Is there like does Biohazard make no? The numeral comes out of Resident Evil. You know what I mean?
oh I'm
In
thinking
Village.
about I'm thinking, Village.
Yeah,
That's where the
Village
where
has
the
the
eight
8
comes
in
in.
it. Resident Evil has a 7 in it. In the evil. So in Japan, Resident Evil was called Biohazard from the beginning. And when they wanted to ship it to America, they couldn't call it that, so they called it Resident Evil. Why couldn't they call it Biohazard?
That's a solid question, especially considering that they like I mean there's like the weird like exchange of or not exchange the like changeovers of like a lot of the Japanese names of
Sure.
certain games. Uh, like what's Persona called in Japan? Shin Megami Tensei or something like that. Shit.
Is it, or is one of those the spin-off of the other?
You know what? That is a solid point. I
I feel
honestly
like
don't
Shin
know.
Megami Tensei might be a sub-series of Persona, perhaps, or the other way around. I don't really know. But yeah, they couldn't call it Biohazard because there was a hardcore band out of Massachusetts or something called Bio.
Oh.
You ever heard of them?
Yeah, I'm familiar, and I never really listened to them too much. But,
I have no idea what they sound like, but I remember them being around in the 90s.
I think they were, if I remember right, they were like a thrash metal band. But I could, but again, like subgenre convolution is just unnecessary for this. But yeah, like they were I just remember them playing really heavy, really fast, and
yeah, I think they were. Yeah,
I had a
hardcore.
lot of friends, a lot of the hardcore kids that I knew, like, yeah, they loved Biohazard.
Yeah, so I'm recording, and yeah, I've recently decided that the full title of this show at this point ongoing is WMFB Bloodwork FM. And actually, is that a thing already?
Bloodwork FM.
Bloodwork FM. Is that something in Bloodlines or something, or is there any
I don't
hardcore
know.
music show called Bloodwork FM?
You know, for some reason, I just, oh God, what was that? It kind of it sounds like an album title more than
Bloodwork
anything.
FM. Here's the theme song. You still have the. I gotta stop. First of all, I need to get a microphone stand, but I need to stop bumping my desk with my elbows.
I didn't hear it, but yeah.
Hopefully, we'll see if OBS did. I should have asked you how different when we did a sound test today. I should have asked you if like how much my voice sounded different on the recording as it did on like. Do you think is there a little buzz or anything on it?
I didn't happen to hear anything like the last time, but no,
I can't tell. I can never tell if I just grumble like really and have like a deep kind, or if anyway. Anyway, here's the theme song.
This is WMFB, Bloodwork FM, and you're listening to WMFB, Bloodwork FM.
So, welcome. I'm here with Thrash Keishu. That's Thrash Keishu on YouTube and Twitch TV. And I will include links to that wherever I post this. Who has often joined me. And this is WMFB, Bloodwork FM, a podcast where I hit record and I record myself talking to one of my friends and I refuse to edit and I publish it as is, and it has sort of become a podcast about making podcasts and talking about how that works and why I hate editing and the things that you might do with a podcast, and largely a lot of what goes on with audio and my settings and filters and bullshit. But what's up, Thrash? How are you doing?
It's going good. So we're not going to address the theme song at all, are we?
Do you want to?
Because that was something. That was a thing. I was not expecting that. Like I really was not.
That's not what you thought was going to happen.
I honestly thought you asked Pete to do something again, because Pete made some killer music. Like, don't get me wrong, but like
Pete's music is good, and we will have more of Pete's music, actual music made by an actual man on this show. Was that some music made by you as well?
That was an AI prompt or something? That
was, of course, AI generated theme song to the radio program.
I'm trying to think of it. Kind of gave me like 1990s like family sitcom intro song. Like it was great. Don't get me wrong, it was great. I loved it. I wasn't expecting it. B wasn't expecting it to sound like a 90s family sitcom.
Yeah, so I have absolutely I am done giving any kind of a shit about using generative AI. I am slapping slop whenever I don't want to do it. I'm just fucking having the machine do it now. Everyone else is. I see it everywhere. I look at YouTube, all I see is AI covers.
That's what all the cool kids are doing. It's all that.
I don't need to defend it. It's still bullshit. Art is dead. Really, ultimately, that's, I think,
Yeah.
that's my stance, is that art is dead. I don't care anymore.
Yeah. And again, like, you know, it's fun for like conceptualizing and stuff like that, but like people making full on content out of the shit or misinformation.
Bad. Well, that's pisses me the fuck off. Stay off of Facebook, then.
Dude, I've been off of Facebook for, I don't even, you know what? I think it was around 2018, 17 that I got off of Facebook. Because I just could not stand anybody anymore.
Well, it's all AI imagery and videos trying to get people mad at each other, and also images of the ice wall that we're trapped behind because of the flat Earth, you know?
Or did you know that thousands of years ago there were actual living giants and their bones were found, but the FBI covered it up.
And the tree, that Devil's Tower and shit, petrified giant tree stumps that the giants lived in their giant forest before they imprisoned us in our little ice dome on the flat Earth, of course, is unfathomably more gigantic than where we are trapped under our little dome surrounded by giants. That's one variation. Then there's other types of people. There's some like sometimes frost giants live beyond the ice wall that are like a little bit bigger, not like the giants with the trees are like hundreds of feet tall. The ice giants are like 20. They might live in a hollow Earth also. Really, if you think about it, the hollow Earth wouldn't be too much different if there was a hole in Antarctica.
There's just a like the Earth is a tennis ball on the inside is just nothingness except for a whole civilization.
Yeah, I guess. Well, I think because I think they. Yeah, the idea is that. I guess I don't know. I don't know if there's like a sun down there or if the sunlight comes in somehow, but I think the idea is that they're just on the inside. Like their gravity, that you go in the hole and gravity flips, so they're walking around just on the inside of the tennis ball.
I've watched, like, there's this dude on YouTube, I forget his name, I should probably look it up, but he basically goes through all of like the pseudoscience like TikToks and Instagrams and stuff like that, and he debunks them all. And he's fantastic. He's like he's got some sort of a degree in, I believe, anthropology.
Okay.
But he just decimates these videos and gives like the actual facts or the actual facts that they want us to know or whatever. But still, it's better. Like, I don't know. I feel like I can't even watch something anymore without having to watch like a supplemental video to make sure that the other video was correct. It's interesting.
I feel like it's not even. I feel like there's just not even any way to tell anymore. I mean, even I have no idea. I don't know if you can even tell if like shit on Wikipedia is real or not. Like, I feel like everything. Yeah, I'm starting to get very doomery, of course, but nothing I read online, nothing I see in a video, nothing I see in a photograph. This is part of the problem. Is that for the rest of my life, anything I see a video or a photograph of, I'm going to look at, I'm going to go, that's AI, right? It could be an actual photo of some crime happening, and I'd look at it and go, looks like AI. I can't tell if it's AI or not.
Oh, so I found the guy, Mini Minute Man.
Mini Minute Man, okay.
Mini Minute Man. He's got some flowing locks. he's looking like a more handsome Jason Mewes. But I love that dude. He's fantastic. I really enjoy his content.
Great. Let me
Call those out, folks. But,
do you have a link or something for me to peruse?
Yes.
You don't have to provide it right at this moment, but at my later on at my discretion, I might.
I got it right here. But please go check it out. It's interesting stuff. Like, one of the first ones I saw was like him covering about like debunking ancient temples and stuff like that, like, and how they were built.
Oh, because
like,
there is a lot of there's a
lot of ancient, there's a lot of ancient alien shit.
Oh, this was clearly built by alien visitors, and
Oh my god! At work the other day, I don't know where this person got this from, but she's like, I saw this thing on Facebook the other day that said that the pyramids weren't actually like individual blocks that were put on top of each other, but in reality it was like a whole gigantic square rock that they carved into pyramids. I don't know.
And the sort of block formations are just kind of as decoration. They were like, we'll just carve them into blocks in this kind of fashion. That's, I mean, I wasn't there.
At the same time, though, like, how do you, like, in order to like make something that square, that tall, with the limited things that you had in those days, how in the hell are you chipping down an entire square block into a fucking pyramid?
Well, let's go on a little walk with this one, I believe, because
okay,
you would think to yourself, surely in all of this sand, it would be strange that there is a gigantic rock here just for us to be able to carve into a pyramid. However, perhaps if you did chip away at a gigantic round rock until only the pyramid remained, perhaps you would find yourself surrounded by a lot of sand.
Smaller bricks, yeah.
Sure.
It really makes sense.
Yes. Mini Minute Man. Okay, I'm just seeing that you posted the link. Good, thank you. Wow. So do you want to so we are not live right now, but would you like to do a weekly show on Twitch? And I have a mini pitch.
Yeah.
I have the pitch is basically me explaining what my pitch to Voodoo is kind of going to be like. If he recovers from the couple of weeks that I feel like the couple of weeks he's having is similar to the couple of weeks I had a minute ago. Yeah, because I don't want to. Yeah, let's not. I mean, if Monday is good, I will talk to you about Monday, but let's not worry too much.
Yeah, I would think Mondays would work fine for right now, at least.
Cool. So maybe
because
that's
we're closed on Monday, so
Monday and Sunday, or
Monday and Sunday. Thank goodness.
Okay, cool. I'll keep that in mind for. And then Tuesday kind of works for you to continue do Tuesday evening for Derry and.
For the meantime, yeah. They told me that they might put me on for more shifts because I don't know. I feel like sometimes I take things like way too seriously. So when I go into work, like for my first couple training days, I've got a notebook and a pen and I'm taking notes. Mm-hmm. Because I want things to be consistent. I want to be making the same thing over and over again for people.
Yeah.
But
you're good, man.
But now
I
I've been told
that.
Yeah, but now I've been told 3 different methods for 3 different things.
Oh, it's that kind of kitchen.
It's been kind of ridiculous. And well, the thing is that these are just like the cold plates. It's just how to set them up, how to make them look.
Sure. Yeah.
And I feel like I have like a decent idea of like where to put things for plating, but like so the expo the other night was somebody who had trained me earlier the past week, and within that same week I learned for like 2 days from a completely different person. Mm-hmm. And they're like, oh, why are you doing it like that? That that seems like kind of that seems like kind of chintzy, and like we should be giving a little bit more to the customer, don't you think? And I'm like, oh, well, this is how I was shown. Oh, well, here, this is how you do it.
Oh,
and and this is how you're supposed to plate it. And then I'm like, okay, and like here I am like scratching off notes and retaking things. Boy,
I know the feeling, man.
It's annoying. And then like so they're working expo, the person who trained me previously, and I'm doing stuff the way I was shown on the second day. I hand it to the window, and they're like, this isn't right. Like, here, I'm going to take this and I'm going to show you how we did it again. And it happened to multiple dish items, and it drove me nuts. And so, like, I got a little snippy. I'm like, listen, this is what I was shown from the second day because somebody told me that I was doing things incorrectly. So,
Yeah.
like, one of us is wrong, and I certainly know it's not me because I got the notes to fucking what you people told me. So, but anyway, that's my rant about work.
that. Yeah.
But
anyway, well, as always, I kind of we'll hammer out the details. I sort of would like to not worry about that as we discuss. Where was a Twitch show? Yeah, so sort of what I think I'm going to talk to Budu about doing. And again, I would like it if sometimes it overlapped, and it'll overlap when we're talking about dairy.
Okay.
Whenever you guys are both there, generally we will be, as we'll see what happens as we go on. But anyway. So, but what I'm doing with him is I've kind of, the past couple times we've talked for a couple hours, I've kind of figured out that we've sort of talked about what games we have played recently, and we're kind of talking about doing a mainly video game conversation going forward, but then we kind of like check in on what we talked about last time, and I have a set of notes that are sort of the segments I imagine that I'm going to end up going through with him. But then one of them is his other shit that he's been playing, because he plays like 500 billion things, So like that's the final segment, and then there were a few other things in the middle, and then maybe one of them is always checking in with one of them is general gaming news, But anyway, So I have a whole sort of, and that's sort of what I've thought might be segments or things to check up on. And I feel like maybe, and I'm going to kind of run you through, like I said, a bunch of stuff that I've kind of been talking about and has been on my mind. But I feel like maybe if it ends up being Mondays and we talk 1 or 2 weeks, maybe then I'll be like, okay, maybe if we start structuring it like this, but kind of what I'm saying, and what this show, Bloodwork FM, is about, is kind of finding where that structure might be, and what kind of ways we can make some kind of consistent, ongoing conversation, even if what I'm trying to do is avoid doing homework every week to get a topic and do a bunch of research, because kind of checking in on what the ongoing topics we have and weaving new things in, and just kind of going on with the type of news we end up talking about. Like me and Buddha are going to talk about gaming news.
Okay. Yeah, I was just thinking it's almost I'm trying to think. There was this documentary that I saw, and now I'm trying to remember if it was a real documentary or something on Documentary Now. I don't know. Have you seen that show?
Oh, with Fred Armisen?
Fred Armisen and Bill Hader. Yeah.
A very long time ago. Yeah, I couldn't tell you like any specific sketch from it, but I have seen it. Yeah.
Oh my god, I love that show, but I consistently mix up things that had happened on Documentary Now versus like the real documentary. So I'm trying to remember if it was just a joke from Documentary Now or if it was a real documentary thing.
Yeah.
But
I'm familiar with that feeling as well.
I also didn't want to say but like what I was trying to say is that like this is sort of, and I didn't want to say it and have it sound like I was being assholey about it, but it's almost like a Spinal Tap documentary of making podcasts.
Okay, kind of. Yeah, sure.
Okay. But without it being like parody, though, it's legit.
Yeah, it's kind of just like whatever happens to be going on. I mean, it sounds idiotic when I really have to.
No, it sounds interesting because like you've got all these people, you know, they always have like, you know, topic like they always have like in the sense that like I meant to say that not that everybody almost has a podcast these days.
Yeah.
And everybody has their particular topics, but I feel like general discussion is kind of not as common. It's usually
very focused, very specific.
very focused
This is what
and
we're
very
covering this week. And
very like razor thin niche. Yeah.
So there are two things I'm doing out of laziness, and one is like getting a bunch of guys like you and Voodoo that I know have a bunch of things to say and just putting you on the air, first of all, so that I don't have to think of anything to say. But then also, yeah, I should have written down what the other lazy thing I'm doing is, because there were two things I said, right?
I mean,
and
not
the
editing.
other thing is, not editing, first of all, but the other thing is not doing research, so just having some ongoing shit we're talking about, and just checking in, and specifically maybe checking in on the specific news of the things that we end up finding that we're going to end up talking about. Mm-hmm. We'll figure out where that is what I'm saying.
Oh,
but yeah,
good.
it's kind of, but I mean, it is...
It's a living, breathing thing.
A vlog or a blog or whatever. It's a podcast about nothing. Oh man, I wish I had the bass line that I could hit on the. Yeah, you know, all I can do. I gotta be. Yeah, there it was. I gotta be faster on the soundboard when I need to like do one of those or something. I should have this. Maybe we should talk about what other kinds of sounds and shit I should have on there. But so let's do an ongoing thing, and maybe it will become a separate thing than WMFB, and maybe we'll cross over and talk to Voodoo and other things, and we'll also talk about dairy. And so the question, however long ago it was, when I was like, what was the first thing I was going to ask you? Were you the guy that I told not to play Undertale?
I don't honestly remember. I don't believe you said so. No.
Mm. Now I famously know that I said to Voodoo that I said to someone, you know what? I may have told Locke not to play Undertale. Although I don't know. I really would like to know. No. Now I have no idea. Anyway. It would be funny if it was you. Have you played Undertale?
No, but I've seen a handful of playthroughs.
That's why I would have told you that I would have told you not to.
Snippets and stuff like that. And I know there's like a real die-hard fan base for that game.
Yeah, I guess you would be. I guess you're allowed to play it technically if you really want to.
Just to appease the fan base. I mean, it seemed
if that was demanded of you for some reason.
If I had a gun to my head, I would play Undertale.
It's not impossible.
No, but it looked all right, and you know, story wise, it was okay. You know, I wouldn't put it at like you know, Death Stranding, tier or anything like that. But
interesting that you mentioned Death Stranding.
Ooh.
So I guess I have a top 9 games. I guess I have, but I don't really. They're in no particular order, and they're sort of organized in tiers that are not numerical. They're not associated with each other, but they are sort of in 4 categories. And I don't really know if they're my top 9. And part of when I started talking to Voodoo and kind of everyone in general is that I did want to kind of eventually cover all of these games specifically. Undertale is one of them. Death Stranding is one of them as well. I'm going to tell you what they all are. But yeah, I don't know. I guess I don't. I guess that's it. I guess I do. I guess I want to look at all of these and understand why these are important. I was going to sort of start saying that Voodoo has a list of 25 games, but those are over the past 25 years, which maybe I will ask you. Maybe I'm giving right now. I'm giving you. I'm not giving you homework, but I'm giving you some things to think about.
I was going to say I'm already making a doc about it right now.
And I do believe that it is. The years 2000 through 2025, and I don't think he's. And I'll get specifics from him, but he has a list of the top 25 games of the past 25 years. I do believe it is 2000 through 2025. I don't think it's one game per year, but he does have a list of the top 25 games from that period of time, which he has not shared with me, and we have not gone over yet because it is going to be some kind of bonus content as we go through it, like 5 games at a time. So that's also sort of like this list. When we actually end up going through it, it will be like at least 9 episodes, one per. 2 of the games kind of are sitting next to each other on one of the tiers, so we'll see. So anyway, I might ask you for your top 25 games of the past 25 years, but I'm going to ask you. It doesn't have to be 9 games. Yeah, it doesn't have to be organized the way that I am going to organize the list I'm going to present to you. But kind of the most important games. And I'm really not even sure if this list that I put together is the most important games. I reserve the right to swap anything in and out here.
No, it has to be finite.
Yeah, I guess what I'm saying is I don't know what I'm asking you for as far as this list of games, but we'll figure out. These are games that I think are very important to me. That I think they say something to me. I think that they are linked. Mm-hmm. Yes, the last time we talked, I mentioned that I think that some pieces of important literature that are about everything are. Now I'm going to say The Dark Tower because it is deeply associated with The Dark Tower. But last time I said it. Evangelion and Eraserhead. And really, instead of Eraserhead, I'm going to say Twin Peaks. But those 3 things are things that I feel so uniquely, affected by as far as art is concerned. Those are some of my favorite things, but they're also things that resonate with me in a sort of emotional truth that is hard for me to really spit out in a sentence. Mm-hmm. And the vibe of those things has a lot to do with these video games on this list. So I'm just saying these are very important to me. I'm going to ask you what video games are very important to you. So, okay. So you've not really played Undertale, but you know about it.
I'm familiar with it, and I know you don't trust the flower, and that's pretty much it.
That guy is a motherfucker.
I don't necessarily know. Besides the initial attack that he does against you, I don't know what this motherfucker does the entire rest of the time. But I just know people despise this fucking flower.
A bad flower.
Bad flower.
Yeah. Is there a famous? First, are you thinking of an attack that actually happens in the mechanics of the game that take the player by surprise?
It was something like the flower was initially happy or something, something like that, and then all of a sudden the face.
Yeah, it does that. Yeah.
That yes, and then it begins attacking you, and it leaves you almost. I believe it was an instance sort of thing where it brings you down to 1 health, and then all of a sudden in swoops the goat person.
Okay, yeah, that may be the first encounter. There's a couple. Yeah, at one point it becomes very huge and scary and monster nightmarish.
I know the end guy with like the pincers and shit. But
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah,
that thing is petrifying.
Yeah, it's actually
it
is actually very scary.
It's like scarier than oh, what was that game? Chrono Trigger, the end guy, Lavos or whatever. What was his name?
He was Lavos. His name was Lavos.
Yeah. That thing scared me as a kid, man.
I could see that.
Mm-hmm.
Did you this game is not on this list. I've been ordered to play this game, but just out of curiosity, did you play Clair Obscur?
No, I don't believe I have.
It was Game of the Year last year. It was Expedition 33 is the like complete title. Clair Obscur. I think it's Clair Obscur : Expedition 33. But somebody, I heard a guy on a podcast say that game was going to be a bunch of kids' Chrono Trigger, like their first introduction to turn-based RPGs, and the point where they fall in love with doing math video game.
I mean, 10 out of 10 on Steam, like, yeah.
So it comes out. People
have been talking about it.
Yeah, I told Budu I would play it. Budu says people have to play it, so if we all start giving each other homework, you might have to play Clair Obscur. It's on Game Pass, or it might not. I don't know about PlayStation if you're still rocking a PS4.
I am still in the past with the PS4.
I mean, me too, man. I put a bunch of money that I do not have into a new PC, and still the person who sold it to me, thank you, Weebs, also put a bunch of money into it as well, and I still gotta give him some more money. But yeah, but I have given up on consoles and stuff. But I mean, and I don't know what your PC situation is, but you can
it's an all-in. It's like an all-in-one. It's an all-in-one on a desktop. I know what I'm working with. It's not the best.
Is it not? It's not a situation where you're gonna get Game Pass on it.
I mean, I could, but I honestly don't know how much. I'd have to. I'm not a very contemporary computer guy. I used to be more about computers when I was younger. Excuse me. But I just need to do some more reading about like what I need to do to expand what I have, because like, and let alone like maybe even just. I have a buddy that hits up, like, there's this flea market in town that people like, sell like, you can get parts for super cheap. I mean,
those sometimes
just build your own.
Sometimes those places are bomb ass.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're gems. Like this one in particular, I really liked. Sorry, I had to bend to get my lighter so I can hit this bowl. But
smart.
But there was there was like a little gaming, like an entire section just predominantly for game, or solely for gaming. And there's oh my god,
fucking
old SNESs, like N64 shit. Oh man. Brought me back.
They're doing a whole like toy and retro like games and shit fair like once a month at the building that I used to sell soap at, and like I obviously like know people there and like should just like what I'm saying is I'm still terrible at getting out of the house. Like I'm still like I'm doing better like socially, and I've been like working on not just tuning the world out, but like I can't believe I haven't gone down there just to see what kind of people are vending and what kind of toys and games and shit they have, because I gotta I'll go down this month, maybe, we'll see, I don't know. But sorry, where were we? That was we
were talking about Expedition 33 initially. But we were also talking about just how flea markets are fucking rad for electronics.
Yeah. So I mean, no worries. You will. No, I'm not. Voodoo might, but if Voodoo tries to pressure you into, don't let Voodoo pressure you into buying video games.
No, I don't have the money to play like that.
Exactly.
Exactly.
We're a lot of people don't have the fucking time to do fucking,
oh my god.
the kind of stuff that we're talking about doing here. But I'm trying to get through a couple Resident Evils before Death Stranding 2 is coming to PC.
Oh, That's what breaks my heart about not having a PS5. Because it looked really good.
Man, I hope that you get to play it. I'm very excited to check it out. That is half of the reason that I have this machine now. So yeah, Death Stranding is definitely on my list of games.
That would most certainly be on my list.
My list of very important games. Yeah, in fact, like I think that the two best video games. Yeah, the top tier is actually the top tier. All of these tiers have two games. The top tier is actually the two best video games. But it's also the AAA tier, and I don't think the AAA tier needs to be the best, but these two games happen to be the best video games. They are Death Stranding and Elden Ring. Did you play Elden Ring?
I did not, but I really like watching videos about Elden Ring lore.
It's incredible.
It's a fantastically in-depth, involved game, and like I mean, I've played Bloodborne.
Yeah,
I really had a lot of fun with.
Yeah,
I really need to boost my character so I can finish these bosses up because like.
Wait, in Dark Souls 2 or Bloodborne?
Bloodborne.
Oh, sorry.
In Dark Souls 2, I definitely walked through, like had a walkthrough going along with me because I didn't fucking get anything.
No, there is no, and I mean, there's a lot of, Dark Souls 2 is hotly contested. A lot of people will say it's bad.
A lot of people said that, yeah.
And a lot of people will come running to its defense. So I don't want to say, like, this sucks, but it kind of does.
I enjoyed it, but I didn't want to pull my hair out.
Yeah, there's no way to tell where to go next in almost every situation. Like there is so many secret doors that you need to know about, and so many things, so many stupid items you need to bring someplace that there's just no way to know about. But I mean, I found myself, I had to, by the end, I had to like, yeah. Not exactly, but I had at least a map with like lines going with like numbers where to go next, kind of, to sort of find my way through. I love Dark Souls 2. It's one of the best ones.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, Elden Ring is definitely on the docket. I really want to play it. It looks really good.
It is for me too. I want to do. I'm probably gonna be playing it on Steam. So I don't know. You got a fancy new job. Maybe you'll get a fancy PC. I'm not going to encourage you.
I'm crossing my fingers.
I'm not encouraging you to spend money on anything. But I do. But in the coming springtime, I do intend to play through Elden Ring with people, and I'm going to be doing it on Steam. Like this, we've decided that's been basically it's been decided because I spent many hundreds of dollars on a
new PC, yes.
Yeah. So, but Elden Ring is that is one of the two best games. Period. How recently did you play through Death Stranding?
Well, let's see. It's been. I finished my first playthrough like 3 years ago. Give or take.
Okay. So a little bit after it came out.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And then I played and then I did a hard mode run through sometime like 2 years ago.
Okay.
I don't know, and I still need to finish it.
Both times or the hard mode?
The hard mode particularly.
Okay. Yeah, I kind of played it the first time, and then I played it again about a year later. And then just now I played the director's cut, which is why I've been talking about it. Like,
oh my god, like the little run jump thing looks so fun.
Is that a director's cut thing? I'm not even sure.
I had to look it up because I saw people like
flying over, doing sick jumps.
I want to do that, and then it's on the director's cut.
There's a lot of cool stuff. God damn, that game is good though. I mean,
it's fantastic. my introduction to Kojima was Metal Gear Solid 5, and I know that's like disappointing for everybody.
No, listen, that's
so
not
good.
that's not what we think. That's not what we think on this podcast. Metal Gear Solid 5 is a genius work of storytelling and gameplay. It's incredible. And
Absolutely.
And Death Stranding is Metal Gear Solid 6.
It's Metal Gear Solid Norman Reedus, yeah.
Yeah. I like it. If the games, and you know, there's plenty of reasons that it's not, including that Kojima wanted to leave it behind. But Death Stranding is such a Metal Gear Solid game. Like it is. One of the things Elden Ring and Death Stranding have to do with each other is that they are both games that are very much have the DNA and are very much have the bloodline that they should be sequels to a whole series. But in some way, they just totally encapsulate what all of the gameplay from that whole series is like and perfect it and put it into a huge open world and call it something different. And Death Stranding is that to Metal Gear Solid.
Mm-hmm. No, I can agree with that, absolutely.
And Metal Gear Solid 5 fucking rules.
It's a fun game. I got sucked into that. I had a PS3.
Yeah, I can't believe that was on PS3.
I could not believe it either, and like,
how did it run on?
I don't know how it worked. I could not figure it out.
That thing is so, and that game is good on modern by modern standards.
Yeah,
even on a PS4,
it's
like that game is. I can't believe that thing ran on the PS3. It's such it's.
Yeah.
Man, I like that. I like Metal Gear Solid 5 a lot.
Oh, I was thoroughly surprised, and there's still stuff I need to get out of there too. I never 100% games because I like to try to find things naturally before I like really have to go watching walkthroughs or something like that.
Did you figure out what you have to do to get the ending? Don't let me tell you if you don't want to.
No, I was gonna say, please. It's been like I don't know how many years since I started playing that game because like I know there's like the alternate ending where the spoiler alert for people.
Yeah, we are always spoiling shit. Yeah. That's the policy here. But anyway.
Okay, good enough.
Yeah.
But so I know there's the ending where God, what's the kid's name? The blonde kid that was
Liquid Snake, Eli.
Yeah, Eli. Yeah.
All right. So he takes the machine and flies away. That's what a lot of people kind of consider that to be the ending. But there's still the credits don't roll, and there's still like the missions just kind of keep like the game kind of keeps happening.
Yeah.
But people are like, well, now, but usually it's just. Whatever the daily missions that repeat themselves. So people are like, oh, I guess that's it. I guess you just get the same repeating ones at this point.
Yeah.
Do you think that you got a sequence where you go back to the hospital at the very beginning of the game and like play through the beginning again and then get a different version of that?
Then you find out about
the big thing. Yeah. So in order to get that, so basically when Eli takes the thing, what I was describing, and most people go, oh, it looks like the same missions are just happening. Most people will not get that mission in their log. The one to go back to the hospital and find out the big reveal. Mm-hmm. In order for you to get that mission to appear, what the player has to do is go and listen to every single tape cassette that you've been given after one of the main story missions in your inventory.
So what's funny about that is I got that only because of the fact that I come to, like, again, just generally playing, you come to learn very quickly that you're supposed to be listening to these things. Yeah. I listened to all of them.
I love that. Something that I think Death Stranding really should have had it's so cool that you can basically cue those tapes up while Snake is sneaking around through the jungle and listen to them on your headphones while you're like planning your missions out in the jungle. That's so, yeah, it's actually really cool.
Yeah, a lot of that game is multitasking between the lore of the game as well as like the area you're in at that moment.
I wonder if people have any. I bet people still do. I bet people still do have grouchy things to say about Metal Gear Solid 5 because it really is very different from 1 through 4.
It is.
It's awesome.
I would probably assume it's just mostly out of the. I mean, don't get me wrong; it's meant to be difficult, but like there's some missions that
There's
are just
some gnarly shit go. Yeah,
there's some gnarly missions, like a lot of those tank missions where you have like the fucking enemy gunships. Oh my god!
The first time you encounter Quiet,
I had to look that up.
I was getting. Dude, she wiped my ass all over the fucking desert countryside. I was at Russia, Afghanistan. I was all... There were clips. I wonder... Man, yeah, definitely clips of me getting my ass sniped, like, right off of the top of the towers, like my body being flung across the fucking desert. That game is good.
Oh, man.
Maybe, I mean... Death Stranding, and also on this list, I tried to, you know, have one game from a series, and Death Stranding clearly is the culmination of Metal Gear Solid. But man, the only reason that game is not installed right now is because I know Death Stranding 2 is coming, and like I don't want to start Metal Gear Solid 5 for a week and then have to start Death Stranding 2.
Yeah. You know, I had some old Metal Gear Solid 5 clips that I between like Twitch and all this stuff, it's taken me a little bit to kind of get reacclimated to actual technology.
Sure.
So
yeah.
So I remember when Windows like video editor was pretty alright.
Yeah, me too. I use that motherfucker. I popped some shit out of that.
Yeah. Windows Movie Maker was fucking great, but the current one that they have is a nightmare. And so I've got a whole I had to like there was so much like I was doing so much. I was doing so goddamn much when I just should have had oh god, what's that program? Where's the
Dude, that's how I felt about editing this podcast like last year or 2 years ago. Last year was the year I did nothing.
Resolve. That's what
I
is.
I was DaVinci Resolve, is that, or am I talking about two different things?
I was just talking about like an editing.
Black Magic DaVinci. I think DaVinci and Resolve are the two things that people recommend. Anyway, sorry, I don't know anything about it. But my god.
Yeah, it's a free video editing software. That's what I was mostly doing a lot of the thought that was weirds with. I did a handful of I still have some Cuphead playthroughs on there.
Oh man, yo, Cuphead.
Yeah, that was funny.
We could never get it to work really.
Oh yeah, we tried that once
because it's not. At the time, it did not have any native two-player. It was that Steam
share play,
which I don't know if that's even still a thing or how they do it now, but it did not work very well with a game like that. That needs. It could have been my internet at the time. I have since upgraded, but I had notoriously very bad internet out here in the woods for a little while, until like 2 years ago or something.
Well, that's good.
And I don't even know. I mean, it also that Steam service could have just been bad. For all I know, I have no fucking idea.
So like with Windows Movie Maker, I was doing these edits of me playing Metal Gear Solid 5, and like I did like a couple of like parody covers of like the Final Countdown and other songs from the game.
Yeah, I love that you could listen to the songs. I wish you could in Death Stranding.
Yeah, that would have been fun. But I did these like really like you know how there's like the bad recorder version of My Heart Will Go On that somebody will use when somebody's failing at something?
Yes, I do. Like a
So
recorder version. Yeah.
Yeah. Just it just sounds like it's off key, and it's very blatant that somebody just learned that song like maybe a day ago, sort of thing. And so that I tried doing that as music for some of these playthroughs, and then I had to put it onto the movie editor, video editor,
Windows Movie Maker.
And yeah.
And Resolve or whatever, yeah.
Well, for Windows Movie Maker, yeah.
Okay.
But I was trying to add in the music and stuff like that. I had to. There's just so much manual work for that, to create like a proper
short
balance
video
of the sound.
Oh yeah.
Proper balance for the sound was a headache.
Oh my god, yeah. Oh man.
And so I had them up for a little bit just so I had them up there just so I had something. And but when we started doing the Thought That Was Weird, I was just like, yeah, these are kind of terrible, and I don't know, I might just do another full playthrough of Metal Gear Solid 5.
It's so good. Did I see some of those videos? Are you saying that you played the last countdown on the recorder?
The final countdown on guitar, but I played it really terribly on purpose, and then I also had
Are these on the Thrash KSU channel, which will be linked in the description here on both the listen to WMFB on your podcatcher of choice and also YouTube, and look below for links to Thrash KSU on YouTube. And Twitch TV, maybe one day a week, maybe Mondays, and maybe we'll do some more. I've been doing a little bit, and I have nothing set up on the new PC. I have no alerts. I have no, subscription things or the event list or any of the things that you put on there. I just have the stream and I don't know. I feel like I always feel like I should give myself a schedule and try to do. At one point, I was doing it. I was like a streamer. I had Anyway.
No, you had things rolling.
Maybe I'll fucking do that again. It's always kind of on the back of my mind doing that again, but I don't know. Maybe we will start by doing a few things a few days a week.
Absolutely.
With a few other people. And maybe I'll figure out how to get Voodoo to give me a specific day, or maybe I'll just talk to him whenever I can. Some people will be like that,
No, I get it. People are busy.
Man, so the best two games ever made are Death Stranding and Elden Ring for sure. Two games that are very dear to my heart, and this is sort of the indie tier, but these games are both kind of different kinds of games. They're both kind of comic books, and I've talked to you about one of them, Night in the Woods. Mm-hmm. Did you ever play that game?
I did not, but I finally watched a playthrough of it, and man,
that game is a powerhouse. That is
fantastic.
Very unique. Yeah, these two games are very unique. They have all of these, I think, have very story-based experiences. I think DS and Elden Ring are the least story-based out of this whole batch of games, but they're the most interactive. They're the most games that DS and Elden Ring are the ones that you really sink into for an immersive experience. But that's not to say Night in the Woods is not immersive. It's... I don't know, maybe the story in Night of the Woods is more fed to you in a sequential manner so that you are experiencing, emotions in a more laid out, concisely story-based fashion.
Yeah, again, you're getting you're just getting, little bites at a time of this entire pie that's, right in front of you, and it just makes you anticipate more and more and more to eat the rest of it. It was I'm trying to remember what the it's been a minute since I watched the lore video, because we did talk about this or Thought That Was Weird.
Yeah, we did.
But I'm trying to remember. I remember it being a very profound game.
It is,
and the way that the main character interacts with everybody was also really interesting, and almost this general feeling of social awkwardness.
Yeah, I don't know if the game doesn't explicitly say this, and I always say that you should not diagnose people to the extent that I feel weird diagnosing a fictional character. But and maybe I'll say that maybe I should say that I have not been myself diagnosed with what I'm about to say, because I do feel an incredible. Not just sympathy or empathy, but an incredible connection to the main character in Absolutely. This thing, like down to her mental problems and the dreams she has and the kind of nightmares and hallucinations she has. I feel an incredible connection to this main character, and from what I know about the condition, I am positive that she is a psychopath and was written to be a complete psychopath by the writers. I think that's the intention of the story, and I think she is, yeah. And I'm not doing that great I've been doing crazy lately. I'm feeling good today, and I'm feeling better, and I'm glad that the weather is changing, and as always, yeah. And like I told you, I've been on a very manic just upswing. But Night in the Woods is about someone suffering from psychosis. And it's fucking awesome.
Again, like I particularly liked the art style of the game. Like there was, I'm trying to remember what it made me think of.
There's a bunch of games that look like it. There's, was it any of those flappy that drunk bird that from They Might Be Giants, or maybe do you know about A Short Hike?
A Short Hike? No.
It's got a similar bird.
I was saying it reminded me of Mo Willems. Style.
Willems.
Yeah, he you remember the Cartoon Network show Sheep in the Big City?
Oh, kind of. I remember that. I mean, that sounds like I like the title. Rings a bell. Yeah. I can't.
It was a great show. Also did
Mo Willems.
Oh God, he did so many things for like Nickelodeon back in the day.
Sure. Oh whoa, he looks like a funny guy. Oh man, that bird right there. Yeah. Don't Let the Pigeon Drive. Is a book that he.
I'm very familiar with that book series. Yeah.
Is that what you were? Is that what Night in the Woods made you think of? That particular.
I immediately thought some Mo Willems type stuff.
That pigeon is directly out of this game. Yeah. Straight. I mean, not saying anyone. It's a very. No, it is a type of bird everyone has seen. Like 3 circles for the head and the eyeball, and then 2 triangles for the beak. It's that. But, man, yeah, fuck that game.
That's a wild one.
I played that game like 5 times. That's a game, like there are certain books that I might read like once a year. Like that's a game I'm just, because it really is like a comic book. And like, and again, so like something that I might want to do and we might end up doing is like actually making an episode for me to, this is obviously, I don't have notes on these things. And I just said I don't want to do homework, but like, these are the things I might do homework on. Like I might bring full notes and we might actually talk about each of these games, which we're, oh, by the way, if you like want me to shut up and want to like finish at any point, if you need.
No, I'm intrigued with what you have to say, especially considering like you've got notes. You got a lot more notes on this one than I do, and it's been a minute since we covered this, so I wanted to hear what you had to say about it, just so we. So maybe it could jog my memory about something else, but like, I just remember it being like. Again, very Mo Willems, not saying anything derivative, but like it gave this almost like sort of a comfort, but also
it really is like like I don't know how it is so cozy. It's like
there's like a cozy anxiety to it, like wearing like a wool sweater, or something like that without like an undershirt.
With that, wool sweater without an undershirt, man. Yeah, that's what it's like. Yeah, on like September 23rd. Man, the other game in that tier is Hypno Space Outlaw.
Hypno Space Outlaw. I don't think I've heard of that.
Oh man, well, yeah, I recommend it a lot. It
2019.
It has a very like 1997 kind of vibe. Maybe like 1995 is more like. It's got a very GeoCities kind of Angel Fire vibe. Like it's you spend a lot of time actually just looking at a browser, and you play a moderator at first. And it's not exactly a reveal, but the game doesn't come out and tell you that where these websites are is that this is a system, and it is like 1995 or maybe even earlier. But this is a thing that people wear on their heads while they're asleep. And while they're asleep, instead of having dreams, they're looking at these websites. And you're a moderator for these hypnospace websites. And you have to like catch people breaking the rules. And it's awesome.
That's a fun concept. I kind of like that.
It's got wacky music in it. It's got wacky people that worked on it. It's, yeah. It is one of my 9 very important games. Yeah, and I actually have a couple periphery games. Because I talked to Voodoo about the beginner's guide, which kind of belongs on here. I might... Oh... Yeah, there was another piece of, I'm not giving you homework. I'm not giving anybody homework.
No. I'm probably gonna look some of these up later.
Yeah, I'm glad we're going over. Yeah, we're going over them quick. This is almost like the this season on. These are the things that we might, but as we go forward, like I said, I'll try to see if there's a structure or something that I think that we should focus on. But like, I really want to hear anything. If you want to start, if you want to lean back into Thought That Was Weird and want to figure out how to do a format that's more casual, that we don't have to put as much work into, that we can still like, talk about, whatever conspiracies or weird shit.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of. Might get extremely dark these days, but fuck.
These days.
Like, if this, what I'm saying is, I want to cover stuff you want to cover as well, especially if we are doing a thing where the two of us meet on Monday or whenever. Like, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I don't know. There was definitely still some plot that Thought That Was Weird. I wanted to wrap up, but
I will. Yeah, I am also down to write and or act out. I may not when it does warm up. There was some discussion of footage of me crawling from a lake.
I was gonna say, I think it was the both of us who were supposed to be crawling from a lake on the opposite side of the world. So crazy.
I believe that was the last thing we discussed. I'm not opposed. There are lakes around. I could crawl from a lake. We could get this. So
there's like Sammy too.
Yeah,
but what I was gonna say, it doesn't need to happen quite yet, but one of us is crawling from a lake or something.
Mainly I just want to it's kind of like all of the things I'm doing. Let's start doing something. If I talk to people, we start doing something. Let's get something rolling, and maybe it'll get back to Because I'm just I'm feeling like and now I feel like I have a lot of experiences doing a lot of different types of things, and I've learned at least some sort of behaviors like sitting and editing for 3 hours that I want to figure out how to avoid, which is part of what's happening here. So, So now, hopefully I want to figure out how we can, prevent ourselves from doing extra work and make everything, not as much of a pain in the asses. I don't know. For me, a lot of the stuff that we were doing together and the stuff I was doing on my own got to be so much in early 2024, or was it 2025 was my big okay. I have no more content in me. But now I feel good.
Right on, man. Yeah,
How do you feel?
I mean, I get it. That was the same. That was the same for me. I'm feeling pretty good.
Cool.
Yeah, it's been going. It's been going pretty good.
Good to
Can't
hear.
complain. I got groceries. I got a roof over my head.
yeah,
I'm
me
pretty.
too,
I'm,
man.
I'm alright right now.
I got a bunch of pierogies and a crock pot full of stewed cabbage. I'm gonna, when we're done here, I'm frying that shit up. I'm gonna.
Oh, that sounds so good right now. I just got myself a
Potato-y
Costco.
cabbage disaster.
That sounds fantastic. I got a Costco chicken. I might shred some of that up, and I actually got some Mrs. T's myself. I might fry those up. Some pierogi.
Dude, I love it. That's of course that's the only brand. That's what I have.
Oh, Mrs. T's is the only pierogi brand.
Is it absolutely?
Oh, well, not absolutely, but like, frankly, it should
Well, I mean,
be
not
the like that. That
literally,
should
but-
she should.
I guess
That lady should corner the market.
This
Just
is my
flat out.
question though. Is I guess have you ever been in a kitchen with like frozen pierogies? Like if you get industrial sacks of pierogies, are they
Oh,
Mrs. T's?
I've
or-
had off-brand. I've always had to work with off-brand pierogi.
Right, I would imagine that it's not.
It's not as
Mrs.
good.
T. It's sacks of.
It's not Mrs. T. There's something
hundreds of
about the
pierogies
way
in a sack.
they do that dumpling skin. I don't know what the hell they do to it.
Man, I'm fucking
But it's-
hungry already.
I'm dying.
I've been sitting here
Even after that
killing
slice of
it,
pizza, smoke that bowl, man. Yeah, I'm starving all over
fucking-
again.
I can't believe I bought this because I never buy. These are the small ones, the cream
Oh,
eggs.
those Cadbury eggs?
Yeah, but they're little. They're like not correct. They're not the ones you want. And also,
Are they the halves? It
fucking
looks like they're the
no,
halves.
they're whole. They're like quail egg sized though.
Oh,
And
my
there's
god.
a goddamn dozen of them in here. I'm already sick. I ate 4. But they're but they're not right. They're not the right ratio. Like I was talking to Saint about this. But I bought them anyway because they haven't had the big ones in my store, and now I regret. But anyway, I've been eating garbage, and now I'm gonna eat a bunch of potato and cabbage, onion. Oh man, I'm gonna fart and fart.
At least it'll clear everything out or something.
Yeah, it all works out. It all works out in the end. It's all for the best.
It's all for the best.
My digestion is usually pretty much all for the best. Honestly, if my body's doing one thing okay, it's digesting my food into poop.
Fair enough. Yeah, I've been eating like crap too lately. It's because I hadn't had any money to go to the store to get vegetables, and
Oh man,
so I was living off
yeah.
of hot dogs on wheat bread.
I mean, I do love that.
I love a good like.
I love a hot
nice
dog
burnt hot dog.
rolled in bread sandwich. Yeah.
Oh, there's this thing that like I'm not sure which Latin culture does this, but I was told that this is something that some Latin cultures do. So, take your hot dog, fry it up, it's all nice and I like it a little bit on the blackened side. You get a tortilla, and you put some cheese in it, and you wrap the hot dog in it, and you pan fry the tortilla so it's nice and crispy on the outside.
Yeah.
You get a cheesy weenie and a tortilla. It's fan fucking tastic. I was I was bewildered.
Yeah. I mean, that sounds like the correct thing to do.
A little bit of hot sauce. I got this what was it? Melinda's ghost pepper sauce.
Ooh.
So good. Like, it's not that it does make you sweat a little bit if you put enough on there for sure, but
Sure.
like there's enough flavor behind
Yeah,
it.
it doesn't. It's not just the.
It's not like
God.
just it's
Yeah.
not like the bomb where it's just straight capsaicin or whatever.
Boy, the bomb really is something, and that
That's so gross.
it doesn't
It's-
even. Yeah, it's not even just like. It's not that it's just capsaicin. It actually tastes like chemicals.
You just give that to somebody you absolutely despise.
There's a video. I wonder if I have a clip of it, or there was a video of me. Yeah, someone gave me a meatball with one drop of that right on the top of the meatball, and like the way I put it in my mouth, like the drop hit my tongue, and and I turn around and start coughing and spitting it out, and probably not actually puking, but like very
Oh,
upset.
yeah. It's
It doesn't
rough.
even taste like hot sauce.
No, like
I should
I
see if
don't
I
know,
can
like,
find that. I'll edit it out.
I used to make my own sauces and stuff, and like I used to use bird's eye chili,
Okay.
and like I love some good Thai chili.
Sure.
That's like I can handle heat. But yeah, that stuff that stuff it's inhuman to give this for. It is not meant for human consumption. And it's like frankly it's just awful. I like
Yeah.
I sincerely wonder why like Hot Ones still like advertises these people's fucking hot sauce because
It's
it tastes like shit.
Well,
It tastes like garbage. It doesn't. You can't pair it with anything. It doesn't taste that great. It's practically something that you give to somebody as like a prank.
Well, you give it to someone if you're challenging them and you want to get them upset on your your YouTube show.
Pretty much, man. Like fucking hell. Like
was that show on something other than YouTube, or it just doesn't matter? If you
Hot
don't
Ones.
know?
Yeah, it was on that.
It was mainly a YouTube show.
I think it was just on YouTube. I think they might have had it on like a regular network, but I
felt like it
couldn't tell you
might.
which
Yeah,
one.
but it doesn't matter. Who cares? That shit
I still
is
stand.
bad.
My favorite one is when Bobby Lee went on there. Did you see that one?
I haven't seen. I really have not seen an episode of that like in particular. I've seen like clips. You know what I mean? Like.
Oh my god! So, Bobby Lee, the comedian from Mad TV.
Yeah.
He went on to that and had some wings. I forgot how far he got, but he ended up. And I didn't realize this until later. And this isn't to disparage people with digestive issues. Everybody's got them.
Sure.
It happens.
Yeah.
But like he eats this wing and then he just shits himself.
Oh man.
And I'm like, oh my god, poor guy.
That is what would happen to me. That's exactly what would happen to me. Like just for sure. I've had some bad reaction. Like it's usually puke, but I'm not gonna say there's never been a time where I put something in my mouth and my reaction was both ends or just to shit my. Yeah, I'm sure at some point I ate something nasty and shit myself immediately. I'm positive. Something like that has happened to me. I've definitely shit myself plenty of times. Anyway, but it's a funny show.
Hey, we keep it honest here. We talk about our DMs as much as anybody else. Whatever.
I've had real moments of like, yeah. No, I'm gonna digress from saying puking into the sink while sitting on the toilet. I don't know if you've ever been in that situation, but I don't want to go. I don't want to unless there's something in specific. Unless you specifically want to talk about that type of thing.
No, I am perfectly alright with not talking about that, but I will say that it has happened, and it's not a good time for anybody.
Yeah, it's not great, and it can be related to hot wings for sure. At least,
and I'm sorry if somebody out there is feeling like that themselves right now.
Yeah, really, anyone that is puking in a sink right now, or has to, or the other way around, or whatever. Having a human body and digestive system is like one of the most terrible things. I could write a whole horror novel just about the things that my digestive system has done.
That actually sounds like it'd be interesting.
A novel about all the things we don't talk about.
I honestly have this theory that that really what our brains are.
Yes.
Are the remnants, well, basically the shells that we have, our bodies ourselves, are actual leftover Homo erectus body shells, and our brains are actually fungi, parasitic fungi that have taken over dead, corpses, and because of the, rejuvenating, like, again, this is like totally not real. I know it isn't, but it's just some weird thing I thought about while
I think about a lot of weird shit too, man. Hit me.
But yeah, but yeah, our brains are basically fungi that have taken the shells of human beings and are continuing their lives.
Yeah, don't know what to do.
Because the mushrooms are too smart for their own good.
Yeah, when do you think we all got taken over roughly the same time, or do you think some parts of the world first and spread?
Well, not like a pluribus sense. I mean, like almost
Or
in
do
like
you
some
think
sort
this
of
has been
evolutionary
going
scale.
on? Yeah, you think this has been
It's
going
like an
on.
evolutionary. It's an evolutionary thing that eventually happened.
At some point, the mitochondria entered our nervous system and changed us into talking apes.
Again, like the stoned ape theory still talks about mushrooms, so yeah, it's still kind of comparable.
Stoned ape?
Yeah, isn't that what the
Is that what it is? Mushrooms and
yeah, they believe that there's like some sort of it's a theory, and I'm kind of halfway in on it, but not necessarily. But basically, it's a theory that the reason why mankind began thinking sort of outwardly, sort of like why man started making tools, why man started
cooking food.
and I shouldn't, but human beings started making like fire and stuff like that was solely because of these like particular apes, that we descended from. They ended up eating some magic mushrooms and started having these revelations.
Like we should cook the mammoth meat.
We should cook the meat so we don't get parasites and die.
The mushrooms told me this.
We could just tame these animals and ride on them so we can catch faster, larger prey. But again, that's just a theory.
I think
I think again, sometimes though, like, you think about like the stupid shit that you think about when you're stoned or when you're yeah, or like taking like some sort of a hallucinogen, or you have that like 5 a.m. moment, you're getting up and getting ready to go to work or school or something like that. You take your shower and you get out and you look in the mirror and you completely lose yourself and you wonder if you even exist.
Yes.
Yes, like those types of moments.
Broken clock
Makes me believe that that's a possibility, because the human mind just goes. The human mind goes so many different ways, even when it's not stoned.
Yeah, and some of those thoughts are probably pretty close to something that's actually happening. A lot of them are probably not too far off.
I'm onto your Matrix, Keanu.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure there were a lot of monkeys eating mushrooms and hallucinating and getting ideas about. I mean, that's not even far fetched. It's far fetched when you start saying that. Sometimes a guy will say that the mushrooms came, on an asteroid, and
oh my god,
right?
Yeah.
But that's not completely insane, but it's
a
lot harder to verify or speculate upon that.
or like just the whole concept of transfermentation, that like the
mushrooms cast information.
The microscopic the transfermentation theory is that like they believe that microscopic
life forms?
Life forms, thank you. That was the term I was looking for.
Okay.
Yeah, like microscopic life forms were living on an asteroid.
Okay, yeah.
And that somehow became collected through, years upon years of, universal, expansion, as well as like, stars and planets, living and dying. Could have had something come from, thousands upon thousands of light years away. And when the Earth was forming, crashed into the Earth. And the possibility of that being fairly likely, especially when you consider that, like, what's the proper term for a water bear?
The tardigrade.
The tardigrade, yes. Considering that tardigrades can withstand like the vacuum of space, can stand so much heat and so forth. There's also some sort of theory that the microscopic beings, much like tardigrades, crashed into the Earth millions upon millions, maybe billions of years ago. And basically developed all the life that we know on this planet.
Yeah.
But
could be.
Again, could be.
What was the big word you used? Was it some kind of migration?
Transfermentation.
Fermentation. Okay, interesting.
Spermentation.
Oh, spermentation. Okay, sure.
I think that's what it was initially called.
An insemination of our raw planet with life from the cosmos. So another thing, basically, that I guess what I did want to do, and it wasn't exactly what I said, is I kind of just want to get stoned with people and record it.
Totally.
So here we are talking about tardigrades from space.
Not transform. I guess it's not. No, it's not called. Oh God, what is that?
It's not. Is transmigration a religious thing? Is that when you like?
I don't know. That's a solid question.
I think that's when they put like Sailor Moon's soul into another girl's body.
Microscopic organisms. I have to look this up now.
Oh,
Otherwise
please
I'm
let
gonna
me
lose
know.
one. Theory of microscopic organisms.
The two games I have on the RPG tier are kind of linked. They're Earthbound and Undertale. And then
Panspermia, that's the term. I'm sorry.
panspermia. I've heard this term before too. Okay, sure, panspermia.
Lithopanspermia. Yeah.
The
Panspermia, not transpermia.
the planet being
Fermentation.
seeded by bacteria and other life forms.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. It's not super crazy.
No, I don't believe it's that crazy at all.
When you talk about mushrooms transmitting some kind of information on purpose to monkeys because the mushrooms are from space, that gets a little more silly.
That does get a little bit silly.
But honestly, I mean, I'm sure there were a lot of things that happened during the evolution of apes, and I'm sure that taking mushrooms had a lot to do with a lot of it, especially in the development of culture. I mean, we know that.
Oh yeah, I mean, like, so many cultures use one form or another of like narcotic, hallucinogen, what have you, to get closer to whatever god, you know.
All the time.
Mm-hmm.
Feed them
All
to
over
the
the place.
reindeers and shit. Did you
A
play
lot of
Earthbound?
sacrificial stuff. Huh? Earthbound?
Yeah.
No, I have not.
Well, you are gonna end up with a lot of homework.
I know. Like, that's another game that I was
Earthbound you can play on
trying
an
to watch.
emulator or something. We can figure this out.
Oh yeah, it seemed fun.
I do
will say
think
that.
yeah. So and some of these do have weird little qualifications. Like I did say that people. I did not specifically say this to you, but I do kind of feel like if you haven't played Undertale yet, you don't really have to. Like and I'm not now. I'm not really sure why. And at one point I said you shouldn't. I said at one point I'm pretty sure I said if you've not played Undertale yet, you're not allowed to. But people are allowed to play Undertale. I feel like it was definitely part of a very specific time, and a very specific time and place right before everything went really wrong. And now it kind of is still there in a way. But Earthbound, I have said that I think that you should have been alive and like a young teenager in the 90s, or some kind of teenager in the 90s. Like, you should have been able to have played. Like, I'm not saying that you have to have already played Earthbound, but I do think it helps to have been 15 at some point in the 90s. It's not about, like, a 15-year-old. I think the kid's, like, 10 or 11, but, like, there's just something... Yeah, it's important that you experienced the 90s, I think. And again... Anyone listening to this is allowed to play any video game. But I think
We're secretly judging you.
People from the 90s, I think, will like Earthbound. I almost called it Undertale, but Earthbound is really special as well. The other games are the Stanley Parable and Portal. Portal, and you know what? I think that the Talos Principle is kind of Portal 3. Much like, even though Death Stranding and Metal Gear Solid, same creator. Elden Ring, Dark Souls, same creator. Portal and Talos, not. So this is not the same kind of connection. But I do kind of think that I can put them into one slot. I said it was 9, but I also said it was 4 tiers with 2 games, which would be 8. And Portal and Talos are kind of sitting in the same slot, because they really are kind of part of the same series. Have you played the Talos Principle at all?
Talos Principle, no. I played the Stanley Parable.
Oh, you did?
Yes.
How much of
yes,
it?
I like that game. I like that game so much.
Man, that's a real...
That snarky fucking narrator and shit, like, it's fantastic. I had a good time playing that. And then, I did one natural playthrough, and then I tried to find all the endings.
Did you get them all?
I don't believe I did.
No? You don't think you got the true artist ending? You know which one that is?
I don't believe I did, no.
Do you know what it...
I was gonna say, you can spoil it, please.
Do you know which ending do you know which ending I'm about to brag about?
No, I don't.
Because I have an ending that many people do not have. So you don't know what you have to do to achieve the true artist ending?
No, I didn't really push for that. I was just trying to get as many of them as I possibly could, and then got sidetracked by other games.
God, that game really is a classic. Yeah, let's talk about that game for a while. So anyway, the ending, I have all the endings that you are able to get without cheating, because there's an ending that you can get if you use the command line to put yourself in a room that Stanley can't get to. You get a cheating ending. Actually, I don't have that one, and there's one where you leave the game on for 100 years. So obviously, you would have to cheat to have that ending. The game has to run for 100 years. So it's been out for...
That's the funniest fucking thing I've ever heard. I assume that you probably have to do some sort of in-game or in-console clock cheat or something like that.
Yeah, right. So the ending... So I have every ending except for those 2. And the hardest one that I have, the one that many people do not have, is called the True Artist Ending. And there's a certain room... Yeah, I don't know. As you know, basically, the game mostly progresses along yes or no choices, and he says you should go this way, and you either go no or you agree with him, and then you can usually, again, disagree in any way. So through some amount of those choices, you can end up in a room where he challenges you to a game. And in the game, there's a red button in front of you, Stanley, and you're looking at a bunch of orange cubes, but there's a divot with a little fence. You can't go over there, but you can see this thing happening, and you have a red button, and there's a fire on one side of the play area, and on the other side there is a stick with a picture of a cardboard baby, and the baby is creeping towards the fire, and have you heard about this?
Yeah, I know that ending. Yes, I do remember this.
Do you know the full details of what I'm about to say?
No, I do not.
So it takes the baby less than a second to get to the fire. So about every second you have to press the button to send the baby back to the fire. I'm not going to talk about what this sounds like, but you have to send that baby back to the fire by pressing the red button for 2 hours. At 2 hours of doing this, a puppy comes out and is being lowered into piranhas, and the blue button to save the puppy is on the other side of the room, and suddenly you have to get your fingers on WASD, and you have to start going back and forth every second, blue button, red button, for an additional 2 hours of real ass game time. I sat through 4 hours of pressing these buttons until and I failed. I got this on my 6th attempt. I did this for about 12 hours total, probably, and I achieved the true artist ending. The Stanley Parable is incredible. What a classic, Armando.
Hi,
what's up, man?
I was just trying to watch. I didn't realize I was going to jump on in. How you guys doing?
You're allowed to, and we're doing good. But we're we're in high spirits. We're smoking and yapping about video games and dumb shit. And yeah, man, you're perfectly welcome to just spectate if that's what you want to do. But if you, I don't know. But I would like to say hi. How you doing?
Hi. Hi, everybody.
How has your day been? Have you de-linoleumed the kitchen?
Yes. And in a day or two, I'll start laying down those little vinyl tiles that we got.
Oh, vinyl.
Yeah. It's pretty cool.
Are they what kind of installation is it? Do they snap in, or do you have to put down some kind of
self-adhere?
Goo? They self-adhere. Okay.
Ooh, yeah.
Cool.
Which I'm about.
Yeah. No, for
And,
sure. For sure.
The wife and I we decided, because we've been living in this house for like 4 years now, and no offense to the last people who lived here, they had like this urine colored paint in the kitchen. So now it's purple. We have purple.
Yeah.
And it looks
yeah,
beautiful.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah.
I'm glad to hear that. There's I'm looking at options on Discord. And have forgotten how to there we go. Yeah, we were talking about a bunch of video games. But anyway, that is actually all of the video games on my very important video games list. I have been encouraging Thrash to think about which video games he thinks are important. And I'm going to explain to you again exactly why each of these games is important to me. But yeah, have you ever played the Stanley Parable, Armando?
No, but one of my buddies was talking to me about it.
It's fun. You should check it out. It's probably inexpensive. It's probably like $15. It'll run on your PC, and it's neat. It's interactive in a weird way, and honestly, I think the narrator is just really charming. It's just fun to listen to this guy tell a weird ass broken story to you.
It's like a point and click adventure then, or?
No, it is like a first person shooter, and basically you play as Stanley, and you're in your office, and all of your coworkers have disappeared, and the narrator says like Stanley realized all of his coworkers had disappeared, so he walks down the hall, and like you as the player eventually walk down the hall, and then the narrator says when Stanley got to a set of double doors, he took the door on the right. And you can take the door on the right and he'll keep telling you the story, or you could take the door on the left and he'll get more and more mad at you every time you break the story, and it gets fucking weird and insane. And I did a terrible thing in it for 12 hours over the course of like 5 days that really had an effect on my physiology. Like I really felt tired and shaking after I finished it.
Oh wow.
It was
all right.
Yeah, you have to click a button for 2 hours and then 2 buttons for 2 more hours until you go crazy.
I would lose my shit. I would genuinely lose my shit.
I was very committed to doing stupid
WoW.
things. Yeah, WoW also. I mean, WoW, you basically do just click a button for 2 hours and then 2 buttons for 4 hours. Yell at your friends.
Say that's one game I never got.
Never.
I never got into WoW.
Never got into World of
Warcraft. No
The
WoW,
online
no
sensation?
RuneScape. No.
No
I had a bunch of friends that did.
14? Final Fantasy 14.
Never played 14.
That's the one.
Yeah, I
That's,
gave up
it's,
after 10.
Oh, the online one.
Yeah, that's the MMO. That's the one that's. I don't know if I want to say. I don't know enough to say that it's a WoW clone, but it is. Same clientele, same bunch of people, really.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I only played 7 and 15.
I played
3's good.
3, like 3 or 6, like Japanese.
The one with the ghost train.
6. Yeah, 3. Okay. Japanese, American 3. Yeah. Sorry, is what I'm trying to say. Yeah. Man, I've played that one like 3 times, to the point where the world is destroyed and you're in the world of ruin. And I get to the burning house, and I die in the burning house and get mad. And I don't finish the game. The only one I've finished is 9. I guess everyone has a couple that they have finished and that they like. It's cool that it's that kind of series. I was thinking about how there's no Resident Evil games on my list, but there's no Final Fantasy ones either. But 9 is... One of the reasons I like 9 is because it reminded me of like 6 and 4, which was 2 in America.
One game that I kind of want to try now that I'm an old man is Chrono Cross.
Yeah.
I was thinking about that too. Like we were talking about Chrono Trigger earlier, and I thought about Chrono Cross, and I remember just not really enjoying it as a kid, but I wonder if like how it would be as an adult.
I don't think we got it. There's 3 of them. There's 3 Chrono Triggers. And they all link in. So there's Chrono Trigger, Chrono Cross, I want to say Chrono Crisis or something else.
Well,
you might be right. I think I heard about that.
Well, there was a game that was planned called Chrono Break that I don't think ever came out.
A game came out.
Okay.
And it didn't seem as though it was supposed to be in the Chrono Trigger line, right? So this is why I want to try out the Chrono Cross again, right? Because I didn't get far enough into it to realize there's like a direct like line. It might not be in the same universe.
Okay.
But that doesn't mean the universes don't touch. So there's a third game in there somewhere that when you go through it, you can find indications that it's connected to like Lavos and shit.
Well, okay, so there's also a text game called Radical Dreamers that I think eventually came out in some form. That is connected to Lavos.
Now, was that one of the fan creation ones? Because apparently there's a fan creation one that's ill.
Oh, Radical Dreamers was released on the Satellaview, which was kind of like, do you know what the Sega Channel was on the Genesis?
Oh,
I remember that. You could hook the Genesis up to your coax cable, and at a certain time of the day, like a TV show, you could play like certain demos of games on the Sega Channel.
I remember that.
Yeah,
I remember that.
That's wild.
That's what Radical Dreamers was on the Japanese Nintendo version of that.
Wow.
Yeah, and from what I'm seeing those 3 games, yeah, because Chrono Break didn't come out. You might be thinking of Radical Dreamers.
Might be it.
But yeah, that one is not easy to come by. I do think it came out in some compilation at one point. I don't know too much, but
this guy is the same dude who had a hand in what, Dragon Quest,
yes,
and Dragon Ball Z.
Yes, Dragon Quest and Dragon Ball. Liked dragons a lot.
And spiky hair.
Akira Toriyama. Yeah. Really, good dude. Incredible guy. Yeah. Chrono Trigger.
Did he die of cancer like 5 years ago?
Was it only 5 years ago? He did.
It might have been less.
He did die within my recent memory. Oh, I was not. Oh, for some reason, I saw the 3, meaning that there were 3 people here, and I thought that 3 things had been posted in chat, but I was about to be, I'm missing things, but I'm not. Anyway, yeah. Thanks for being here, guys. We might, me and Thrash might start doing some kind of live talking to each other on Monday afternoons, such as this one, Mondo.
You guys should.
And anytime that you felt like popping in and telling us what's going on with you, you would be super welcome.
Yeah.
And I have put together a list of games that I think are important that I am going to kind of be covering in my own way and, bouncing ideas off of Thrash. I'm encouraging Thrash to do the same, and now I'm officially encouraging you, Armando, to think about what games have been important to you over the course of your gaming career. Yeah,
Yeah.
So thanks for being here. Where is... I didn't label this one. I hope this is the correct closing theme.